It's a big question. And I think whatever you say, I think whenever we're talking about AI, what I say today could be wrong tomorrow because it's moving at such a fast pace. So don't quote me on this in a week. But I think where to start with that question is you have to look at currently what the strengths and weaknesses are of AI, what it's good at and what it's not so good at. And it has got limitations in terms of using things like ChatGPT, which I'd mainly talk about. It's mainly the one that I use. Then it's got some limitations if we're using it to get accurate research. We know that there are alternatives like Perplexity, but the general research out there, what it is very, very good at, it generally seems to be agreed, is ideation, creating ideas, and data analysis. And I think if you embrace those two things, they have enormous benefits for a teacher. So teachers do many things, but if we break it down to one of those roles, in its simplest form, many people think that teaching is just about explaining something to pupils, which in a sense it is. Well, what makes a good explanation? In my mind, a good explanation, to be good at explaining, you need to be good at communicating, you need to be creative, and you need to be empathetic. And they happen to be three things that AI is incredibly good at. It really is very, very good. And if you don't believe it, try it. Don't try it on the 3.5, but try it on GPT-4, which is now out and free for everyone. And I use it every single day for myself to explain hard things to me. And I think that's where it has its merits as a personal tutor, not as a teacher, but as a personal tutor for children. So, for example, I just think you can't go far wrong with the simple chat of entering into ChatGPT, explain as if I was a 10-year-old. That's just fantastic. So I can use that if I'm talking about fiscal policy or something really complicated, but it can be as complicated as you like. Then you can say to ChatGPT, explain fiscal policy to me or to the students as if I'm a 10-year-old, making the examples about surfing, which I'm passionate and interested about. And it can do it. You can take this to 5-year-olds. You can say, get a complicated concept and say, explain this as if it was to a 4-year-old and link it to Paw Patrol. And it won't laugh. It's not judgmental. It will do it. So that just in terms of that simple function of learning, well, it's incredible. You can take that as a teacher and you can say, okay, complicated policy, but my class love basketball. They're 16, but explain it to them as if it's 12, because who doesn't like a simpler explanation? So that as a personal tutor, if we simply look at the role of teaching as just explaining concepts, well, I can't see how you can go against it.